about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hey everyone, I'm Fozia and I'm one half of the Tabibi Toe Travel Duo. Welcome to our channel. We make videos about travel, exploring the world, and discovering about as much as you possibly can. Before we jump into the video, thanks for checking us out. If you like this video and would like to see more videos like this, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to Chatty Kathy, one of our very first subscribers, who also suggested that she'd love to see this type of video. Hey Kathy! People travel for many reasons. Some travel to visit friends or family, some to see interesting sights, and others travel to eat all the food they possibly can, and some for all of the above. Thankfully, Montreal is all of the above for us. We visited the city twice now, and I can't believe we haven't visited more often. In this video, we'll share with you our picks for our favorite places to eat for basically every meal of the day and for any reason you can think of eating when you're visiting Montreal. So if you like that type of thing, stay tuned. Oh, one last thing before we jump into the video. Every restaurant we visited has vegetarian, definitely has vegetarian, and most of the restaurants have vegan options. I think only one of them has very limited vegan options, which I'll be sure to mention as we go through the video. Now, let's get to the food. First up, we have breakfast. If breakfast is the most important meal of the day, then the best approach is to go someplace where they've been doing it for a while. How does 76 years sound? Beauty's is to Montreal what Cat's Deli is to New York City. It's an iconic breakfast spot that often has a line wrapped around the corner. But don't be discouraged because the tables turn over really quickly. Beauty's is the place you go for a classic Montreal style breakfast. I don't know if you know this, but Montreal is known for its bagels. And I have to say, even from living in New York, Montreal bagels are of a different breed, equally as delicious. So if you like yourself a really delicious bagel, then Beauty's is certainly a place to go to get a taste of something that is uniquely Montreal in flavor and style. Our favorite and what we definitely recommend is to get the bagel just with sesame, not the everything, not the plain, the bagel with sesame, toasted, cream cheese, with anything you get for breakfast, and you can thank us later. Now let's face it, not all of us wake up early. So what we might consider breakfast could really be more like a brunch, closer to lunch. So if you're looking for something that basically stays open a little longer, isn't only a brunch spot, and gives you a variety of options, then we recommend Universal Déjeuners et Grillades. Did I say that right? I don't know. Anybody who speaks French, just let me know. It's a lively scene filled with college students, young professionals, family. It's a very chic atmosphere. The restaurant has like white tables and white chairs. It also has an amazing outdoor patio. So it's a perfect place to sit outside during, when there's nice weather. The meals here are pretty hefty. So you definitely get your money's worth, and coffee comes in a glass. So you're probably wondering, well, what if I just want something more local? Something more chill. Don't worry, we've got you covered. One of our favorite things to do when we're traveling is to visit some of the local markets. If you're looking for the ultimate foodie experience, then Jean Talon Market is the place to go. It's nestled essentially right in the center of Little Italy, and one of the amazing things there is basically a lot of the fresh fruits and veggies, they have samples above it. So you can grab a sample and try it as you walk around. One of the other things is they've really built up the area. So surrounding it is a variety of restaurants, shops, places to get crafts, spices, all sorts of things from all over the world. So it's not just a place to eat, but a place to have a well-rounded experience that really embraces the diversity that's in Montreal. While we were there, we decided to stop in La Stellina, and outside of its beautiful decor that is both Montreal inspired, but really heavily North African, Eastern European inspired, we really enjoyed its delicious food. Now, don't be fooled by the Italian name. The food here is really, truly, it's true to Montreal. You will get an amazing bagel, really, really fresh juices, all at extremely reasonable prices. Also, one thing to note, of all the places we went for breakfast, this is the place that has the most beautiful presentation. Literally everything just looks like you need to eat it. Have you guys had enough breakfast? Because it's time for lunch. It's easy to lose track of time when you're traveling and exploring and discovering a new city. But one thing to note is many restaurants close around 2 to 3 o'clock, maybe some at 4, but really between 2 and 3 to prep for dinner. We miss trying so many restaurants because of this. So don't be like us. Plan ahead so that you don't miss out. We're going to show you some of the restaurants we did make it to before they close, or some that are open 24 hours, but we'll also include in our blog Culinary-gasm, which is all about food, a list of additional restaurants we want to try and some other resources for other places to try for lunch if you're visiting Montreal. First stop for lunch is Rotisserie Romados. You can smell the chicken here before you even get there. Like while you're walking down the street, the smell just starts like wafting up into your nose. It's known for its Portuguese style rotisserie chicken and the pastels, which are like the egg tarts. I think if you travel to Macau or Portugal, or actually a few other places in Europe, you may have had them there as well. And honestly, this is a must go for the chicken alone. Sorry vegans, sorry vegetarians, go here for the chicken. It's definitely a neighborhood spot. You could tell that there were locals lined up here, and it does have a long line, but the good news is it has extremely quick service. They always have chicken on the rotisserie going. So there's always some fresh chicken there for you to enjoy. What are you about to do? Some chicken. We all got the meals, which you can get with different cuts of the chicken and different sides. Another thing to note is it's pretty small and there's limited seating. So if you go with more than one person, one of you might want to grab a seat while you're waiting for your food. The other thing is, if it's reasonable weather outside, across the street is a park that has some picnic tables and benches. So you could go there and enjoy your food if it's too crowded inside. And for the real tourists who know what I'm talking about, they have a bathroom. It's not the sexiest bathroom, but they have a bathroom, and that's clutch when you're a tourist visiting a city and you're going to a restaurant. The worst is when there's no bathroom anymore in this life. So guys, what do you think of your first food experience?
Oh, it was nice. American. Pretty French Canadian girls running around.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
I don't think they share.
That's right.
Good food, so good chicken, cute girls.
That's right.
Okay. So if you're in the mood for something else, what about Mexican? Now, I know people don't usually think of Mexican when they think Montreal, but one thing I would say is that all these different food options reflect the diversity that is the city. We discovered La Capital Tacos, and it's oddly located essentially on the edge of Chinatown. It's a beautiful restaurant. We like it for its simplicity. Its entire front is open, so you have full access to the street and sunlight, but you can also get some pretty solid Mexican style street food. Where would a Montreal food guide be without poutine? Poutine is to Montreal what the dollar slice is to New York City. It solves all your problems. It fixes a broken heart. It cures a hangover. It is there for you when you need it. And for the Quebecois, did I say that right? Poutine is that. Now this,
Wait, what's poutine?
poutine is essentially French fries covered in goodness. So just think of anything you think is goodness, cheese. Put it on top, add some gravy, some sauce, and you got poutine. Now, most of us would already say, and if you don't, I don't know if I can trust you, that French fries are already pretty darn good on their own, but just wait until you've tried poutine. Interestingly, poutine was originally a food for the poor. They would take, leftover potatoes and whatever scraps they had, and they made this meal, but over time, it evolved into a food that's essentially loved all over Montreal and Quebec in general. We chose to visit La Banquise. La Banquise is a 24-hour deli-style restaurant that serves over 30 different types of poutine. Now this is the large Rachel with smoked meat. This is the chick with peppers. Yeah.
Of the arcade machines.
What happened? The smoked meat is really popular here, but this is like smoked.
Totally taking a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to stand over you. That's awesome.
What's cool about this place is it has indoor seating as well as some like more outdoor garden seating. So depending on the time of year, you can have a really cool experience. It has a pretty solid beer menu, drink menu in general. So whether you're coming there for breakfast or going there after a pretty crazy night out, you're destined to have a good time and a pretty solid meal. If you're too bougie for a diner, I'm joking. You don't have to be bougie to go here. But if you're looking for something a little bit more chic, then you could also try Les Cartes. Actually, you should just try both. I would actually go to Lubbock. Anyway, you should try both. But Les Cartes is another chic brunch spot. This is downtown, more in Old Montreal. It calls itself a bistro, and it really is a bistro. It has even like a grocery in the front, and then the restaurant is more in the back. It's beautiful decor, but it also has like just a little healthy dose of hipster, which living in New York, we could dig that. We're used to it. One thing to note, yet another place where the line is long. I do believe they take reservations, so if you can, try to plan ahead. Otherwise, try to go during off-peak times, and by off-peak times, I mean not for brunch on the weekend, or go at the latter end of brunch or the earlier part of it if you didn't plan ahead. While people, generally speaking, really rave about the food, one of the things we enjoyed here were the drinks. I think all of us got different drinks. There was a matcha latte. I actually got coffee with orange and dark chocolate that was pretty delicious. It was like a latte, but I even got it with coconut milk, hence the hipster. I don't drink milk, so I was really happy. One thing I will say is that they do have some sweeter breakfast entrees, and for us, we found them quite sweet, and we would either not get them again or get it more as something we would share so we could all taste it, but wouldn't be our entire meal. If all else fails, meaning you miss lunch hours, pop over to Chinatown. There you can get Chinese food, Korean food, Japanese food, and there are lots of Chinese bakeries also. So whether you're getting a snack or a more full meal, there'll certainly be some options for you. While we did have Mexican food for lunch in Chinatown, we did also visit Chinatown one more time so that we could have dinner. And this time we enjoyed some Japanese shabu shabu. You don't know what shabu shabu is, do you? So in Montreal, they call it Japanese style fondue. Leave it to the French to make stuff up. Yes, fondue is dipping things in hot, melted, viscous liquid. I guess shabu shabu is similar, but in reality, shabu shabu usually involves a pot of boiling broth. Here you have a range of options: vegan, vegetarian, fish, meat, bone meat broths, and then you basically essentially cook your own food. So you're cooking vegetables, chicken, lamb, beef, whatever, fish, whatever it is you want. You cook it at your table to your desired level of cookedness, joking, to how you prefer to eat it, and then you enjoy it. So everyone has a different eating experience, but it's one all their own that they create. So it's really fun to go as a group of friends, a group of family, and try different things. But we liked this place because the food was pretty fresh. There was no wait to get in, and we were able to enjoy a really refreshing meal, particularly when it was a little nippy outside. If you're visiting Montreal in the winter, you will inevitably crave some sort of warm, home-cooked meal. For us, that moment certainly came, and after we finished hiding out from the cold weather, we decided to go to the Quartier des Spectacles. I exaggerated that. Anyway, it's a different area of the city, but in this area of the city, there's a restaurant called Bistro Japonese Furusato. Yes, another Japanese restaurant. We can't help it. But this is the perfect place to go, whether you're with friends, family, or just, just a couple, or even by yourself. They say they sell both sushi and like home-cooked Japanese food, but we recommend really going there for the home-cooked food. We felt like we were either sitting at Yasu's parents' house having a meal, or somewhere in the countryside in Japan enjoying some agedashi tofu and really, really, really classic Japanese dishes. So if you're looking for something that's filling family-sized portions that you can share and solid good food, we definitely recommend checking this place out. We're about to get bougie. So if you're willing to branch out a bit further, and we're talking I'm joking, it's not that much further, but if you're willing to branch out a bit further, try going out to the East End, specifically the Rosemont neighborhood. You can certainly hang out there, but after you're finished doing that, visit Hugen and Beaufort. Hugen and Beaufort is basically the type of restaurant that we're suckers for. They have the open kitchen atmosphere where you can see everything being prepared, you can see what they're prepping on the grill, and you can smell everything. Sorry I made that face, but I made that face because you smell everything and it tastes so good that literally even right now my mouth is watering thinking of what that oh, God, I'm kind of hungry now. I'm hungry. All right, let me pull it together. All right, Hugen and Beaufort. Here's what you need to do. When you go there, get the lamb bacon, eat that, enjoy it. When you go there, make sure you get the grilled octopus. It's good. I can't eat it. Sorry. So you get the grilled octopus and it has these little crisps. Just get that, okay? And then whatever fish dish they have, just trust them. They don't even have the fish dish on the menu that we had, but I'm just telling you, it was so good that I think you should just trust them and get it. You can look online and you'll see that they have really great reviews, but I can honestly tell you that the thing that's amazing about this restaurant is their creativity. You can tell that they love and they're inspired by food and they want to try new things. And so outside of the fact that you will have really delicious food, you're destined to have a new food experience that you may not have had before, or try a food in a new way that you may not have experienced. Whew. All right, so that's it. Those are all of the restaurants that we enjoyed. So here's the real question. Are you hungry? Because I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. After talking about all that food, I definitely need a meal. It's also dinner time here. But in any case, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it and you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also, comment below what would you eat that was on our list. Was there anything there that was appetizing to you? Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen. Bis dann. Adios. Au revoir. Matane. Oh my God. Salim, what just happened? Can you tell me what just happened? Show me.